Welcome to Club Libertas, the private membership club for the modern mystic. In a world where strength is often measured by physical dominance, few recognize the true battlefield, the mind. Wars are not only fought with weapons, but with ideas, strategies, and psychological resilience. The greatest warriors, leaders, and thinkers throughout history have understood one undeniable truth. The mind is the ultimate weapon. Victory does not belong to the strongest body, but to the sharpest mind. Those who master the art of mental warfare cannot be broken, cannot be manipulated, and cannot be defeated because they see the game for what it truly is. They do not react, they do not submit, they dominate, not through force, but through wisdom. Today, you will learn the principles of mental warfare, the art of controlling your thoughts, outmaneuvering your opponents, and commanding reality itself. Element 1. The war is in your mind. Most people think war is external, a battle fought against enemies, circumstances, or systems. But the first battlefield is always within: your doubts, your fears, your emotions. These are the forces that can either sharpen your mind or enslave it. The weak allow their minds to be ruled by fear, insecurity, and distractions. The strong, they train their minds like warriors train their bodies. They strip away weakness. They sharpen their thoughts like blades. Mental warfare begins when you recognize that your mind is either your greatest ally or your worst enemy. The weak man fights battles in the outside world while being defeated inside. The strong man wins the war within before he ever steps onto the field. The Stoics believed in this principle. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, wrote in his Meditations that we are disturbed not by events, but by our interpretation of them. The mind dictates reality. Control the mind, and you control the battlefield. Practical application. Observe your thoughts without attachment. Notice patterns of fear, doubt, or hesitation. Journal daily, analyzing your mental responses to challenges. Meditate to build self-awareness and control impulsive reactions. Element 2. Psychological fortitude, controlling your reality. The strongest warriors in history, from samurai to Stoics, understood a fundamental truth. He who controls his perception controls reality. The weak allow external forces to dictate their emotions, their actions, their beliefs. The strong bend reality to their will by mastering their own minds. The 3 pillars of psychological fortitude. Master your emotions. The enemy will use fear, anger, and doubt to manipulate you. Do not react. Control your emotions, or they will control you. Train your mind for resistance. Hardship is not your enemy. It is your training ground. Seek discomfort, for every struggle makes you stronger. Detach from the noise. The world is filled with distractions designed to weaken you. Learn to focus. Learn to cut out the irrelevant. When you master these, you dictate the battlefield. You determine what affects you. And when you control your own mind, no one else can. Practical application. Practice voluntary discomfort, cold showers, fasting, intense training. Develop emotional discipline, delay reactions, breathe and observe. Reduce external noise, limit social media. Control what influences your mind. Element 3, the tactics of mental warfare. Victory in mental warfare is not about aggression, it is about strategy. The greatest conquerors never relied on brute force alone. They outthought their opponents. 4. Psychological tactics for victory. Control the narrative. Influence is power. Shape how others perceive reality, and you control their actions. The power of silence. Never reveal your full intentions. A silent mind is an unpredictable mind. Understand your opponent. Study their weaknesses, their fears, their patterns. The one who knows his enemy always has the upper hand. Redirect energy. Use your opponent's force against them. Let them exhaust themselves while you remain steady. Mental warfare is not about fighting harder. It's about fighting smarter. The world belongs to those who think beyond the obvious, who anticipate moves before they happen, who refuse to be emotionally baited. Practical application. Study human psychology. Read books on influence and persuasion. Observe before reacting. Gather intel before making decisions. Master the art of listening. Speak less. Gain more power. Element 4. The mind as a fortress. A fortress is impenetrable. It stands unmoved against the storm. Your mind must become that fortress. But a fortress is not built overnight. It is forged, brick by brick, through discipline and resilience. Here's how you build an unbreakable mind. Eliminate weakness. Cut out all that weakens you. Negative thoughts, distractions, self-doubt. Weakness is a disease. Remove it ruthlessly. Develop mental endurance. Most people break under pressure. You will not. Train yourself to withstand stress, rejection, and failure. Create a code. The strongest minds operate by principle. Define your values and never compromise them. A mind fortified by discipline, knowledge, and control is untouchable. No manipulation, no deception, no force can break it. Practical application. Set non-negotiable daily habits. Training, reading, reflection. Face rejection and failure purposefully. Desensitize yourself to fear. Define and write down your personal code. Live by it without compromise. Element 5. The final war. Taking control of your destiny. At the highest level, mental warfare is not just about surviving. It is about winning. Not against others, but against the greatest opponent of all, yourself. You will face challenges. You will be tested. But if you have built your mind into a weapon, nothing can stand in your way. They will try to control you, but you control yourself. They will try to break you, but you do not bend. They will try to defeat you, but you have already won, because you own your mind. Mental warfare is not a game for the weak. It is for those who refuse to be controlled, who refuse to be broken, who refuse to live on their knees. The world will test you, but you will stand tall. The battle is lifelong, but victory is inevitable for those who master themselves. Now, the choice is yours. You can remain as you are, distracted, controlled, unaware of the battle being fought around you. Or you can wake up, train your mind, master the art of mental warfare. Because in the end, victory is not given, it is taken.